All right, folks, gather round because today we're peeling back the corporate skin suit on an insurance giant to reveal the cold-blooded lizard underneath. I'm talking about Guyco, or as one of their own survivors calls it, the lizard farm. You see, a qualified man with a master's degree in business management, had the audacity to have a disability, bipolar disorder to be exact, a condition that comes with vocal tics and pressured speech. Now, at the lizard farm, your entire career hangs on a thread called the customer survey score. You need a 77% excellent rating to avoid termination. Anything less than excellent is a fail. It's a digital guillotine hanging over your head, and the trigger is pulled by customers who aren't trained to understand that a vocal tic isn't bad service. So this man, Joseph, does the right thing. He goes to HR. His psychiatrist sends a letter, a perfectly reasonable, surgically precise letter, asking for one simple thing. Let him apply for other jobs in the company, non-call center jobs where his tics wouldn't matter, without that 77% metric blocking him. He wasn't asking to change his current job's rules. He was asking for a fair shot to compete. And what did the all-powerful HR department at the lizard farm say? In a meeting on April 30th, 2025, an HR rep named Melissa Miller tells him the 77% standard is an essential job function, and they cannot change or waive that standard for any reason. Case closed. But wait, it gets better. When Joseph asks a hypothetical question about how they'd accommodate someone with autism, Melissa drops this little gem. Not sure why someone with autism would apply in the first place. Let that sink in. That's not an HR policy, folks. That's a mindset. That's a culture of contempt. But they weren't done. Oh no. The retaliation was just getting started. His supervisor pulls him into an off-the-record conversation. He pressures him to take a demotion to the mailroom. He compares Joseph's bipolar symptoms to his own black hair, implying it's something Joseph can just control. The message was clear. Get in line, take the pay cut, or we'll make your life hell until you're out on the street. So, with his mental health in a freefall, facing a guaranteed termination in June, he does the only thing he can to preserve his sanity. He resigns. And he sends a multi-page resignation letter, a poetic, brutal takedown of the toxic culture under CEO Todd Combs. He explicitly states Guyco destroyed my mental health and that he considers it a constructive discharge due to the lack of accommodation. And this, my friends, is where the cover-up begins. When Joseph files for unemployment with the Virginia Employment Commission, Guyco submits its official response. And they lie, brazenly. Lie number 1. Asked what reason Joseph gave for leaving, Guyco says, due to job dissatisfaction. They took his raw, painful, legally significant claim of constructive discharge and boiled it down to the most generic, non-qualifying excuse imaginable. Lie number 2. Guyco claims, the claimant did not take any actions to avoid quitting or explore reasonable solutions before they quit. This is a bald-faced lie. They had the doctor's letter. They had the emails documenting the HR meeting. They were the ones who refused to explore solutions. The smoking gun. The VSE form literally asks, was a written resignation provided by the claimant? If yes, please provide a copy. Guyco checks, yes. They admit they have the letter. But did they provide it? No. In fact, on the same form, when asked if they have any attachments, they check, no. This is mob-level evidence tampering, folks. They acknowledged the single most important piece of evidence existed and then deliberately hid it from the government. Why? Because they knew its contents proved their entire narrative was a fraud. They scrubbed any reference to disability, to accommodation, to mental health, and tried to paint him as just another disgruntled worker. They erased his truth. This isn't just bad business. This is a story about a corporate machine so devoid of a soul that it will chew up a human being, violate their rights under the ADA, retaliate when they ask for help, and then lie to a government agency to cover its tracks. This is the lizard farm in action, where the Todd sits on his throne while the machine eats the hopes and dreams of its workers for breakfast. But they forgot one thing. Words are not violence, they are power. And the truth, once it's out, can't be put back in the box. So, subscribe, and share this with everyone you know who's ever felt like just a number. It's time to shine a light on the lizards in their suits. Until next time, folks, remember to always lead them to paradise.